This is Nick with Build Brothers Roofing. Started my digital inspection at 1817 David Street. We are on top of a flat torch down roof. This is a torch down modified bitumen material. This is material that gets rolled out over these flat roofs. It's a great product, but once it starts to age and degrade, the waterproofing is greatly affected because you can see all the fiberglass that begins to be exposed. So all that shiny stuff is the actual fiberglass in the material itself. So essentially what's happened over the years is the oils in this torch down material start to evaporate. And as those oils evaporate, all the granules that are on this roofing material start to deplete. So you can see how they kind of just roll off really easily. And then all that fiberglass becomes exposed. Granules typically will end up in the gutters, on the patio. You can see we got a little rain diversion right here. And you can see all these granules just accumulate over the years. So once that fiberglass becomes exposed, the waterproofing is then greatly affected on it. You can see all these penetrations have the original mastic flashing that was used to kind of seal everything off. All that material is starting to age as well. We're going to be resealing, reflashing all these penetrations when we go ahead and replace this roof. I'm definitely going to suggest removing this material and adding a TPO roofing material, especially since the master bedroom is right above this section. So TPO is a fantastic material when it comes to waterproofing. It's going to turn this entire roof plane into one singular membrane. But also for the homeowner, it does a great job of reflecting a lot of heat. So this torch down material really soaks in that sunlight and that heat, and so the living space underneath it will tend to get very hot. That TPO material is going to reflect a lot of that heat off the property and cool it down. I'm going to work my way down to these bottom section roofs as well. That'll be for part 2. All right, part 2 of my inspection video for 1817 David Street. Now we're on top of a 3-tab shingle roof. 3-tab shingle is a product that we typically don't see very often anymore, in particular when it comes to newer roofs. Typically when I see a 3-tab shingle roof, it indicates to me that the roof is at least 20 to 25 years old. Now a roof like this, you can see that same thing that's going on over there. We got a lot of wear and tear as far as fiberglass exposure, so you can see how shiny that is. So I'll zoom in over here, I'll come a little closer. Again, same situation is happening. Granules have started to deplete from this product. Fiberglass begins to be exposed. The adhesiveness on the product begins to be affected as well. You can see how things start to really loosen up. It exposes these staples that were used to install this product. Staples are now no longer currently up to code when it comes to roofing practices. We need to use actual roofing nails when installing this product. But once that adhesiveness starts to be affected, fiberglass begins to be exposed. That is a telltale sign the product has gone well past its life expectancy. You can see all these exposed nail heads. You can see how loose all these nails are. You can see they're just starting to come up. So when we redo this roof, we're going to get rid of these whirlybirds. We're going to replace them with O'Hagan exhaust vents. Those are low profile exhaust ventilation systems, similar to what your neighbor has right there. We're going to be replacing, we're going to tear this down to the wood decking so that we can address any kind of bad wood that's underneath this structure, and we will be replacing the original felt underlayment that is underneath this product with a layer of synthetic underlayment that is part of the Owens Corning roofing system. Comes with a 50-year warranty from Owens Corning, but you can see the original felt underlayment and just how worn and brittle this stuff is. Once that's complete, we'll add brand new drip edge along the entire perimeter. Drip edge is this piece of metal that hangs over the edge of the roof, protects the wood, lets that water run off the metal as opposed to just running off the wood itself. And then we'll go ahead and install the Owens Corning shingle. Again, that's part of the 50-year product warranty with Owens Corning because we are an Owens Corning preferred contractor, and that's going to go along with our lifetime workmanship warranty that you're getting from us over at Build Brothers. Over here we have a tar and gravel roof, same thing over here. Now the problem with this tar and gravel roof is it is obviously old, but we had a lot of this base cap that's been exposed for quite some time. So as the product ages, the gravel starts to deplete and detach from the cap itself, and then again that fiberglass begins to be exposed. Once that fiberglass is exposed, waterproofing begins to be greatly affected as well. So another good opportunity to take this product from this old tar and gravel system to the TPO roofing system. Right now we have a gray roof that's on on this home. We can switch this up to a gray TPO just to kind of match. Looks a little better than the white as well. But again, we want to reflect that heat because this is a living space underneath it. And that TPO is going to do that. It's also going to do a great job of turning this entire roof plane into one singular membrane. So the waterproofing is fantastic with that material. But based off of my inspection, based off the age of this roof, based off of the granule loss that we are seeing on both products, the amount of fiberglass that's been exposed on all 3 products, I am going to recommend that this roof is replaced. That is it for my inspection.